Yes, yes. Welcome back to another episode of the Room for Three podcast. It's your boy, Tay the Great, and with me as always, my guys, my boys, G Money McFly, the boy Kev. What's going on, guys? How we feeling?
Yes, sir. Sorry, smoking on that Swedish Shiba. But, ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing? A couple of disclaimers really quickly from your boy, G Money McFly. A couple things to address. First off, I think we got our audio issues under control. Hopefully, this podcast gets you, the audio you guys want to hear. Everything's clear. And the biggest one for you listeners, the frequent listeners who's been asking for it, we've been hearing the feedback. The beeping is gone. We addressed the beep. We're beep free. No beep zone. We're good here, so you guys hopefully can enjoy it even more.
Yes. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Kev. Thank you again for listening, as always. Hope everybody had a great Easter out there. And I just want to shout it out for all the listeners that continue to listen. You can find us on Spotify now. Go hit us with a follow on there. For those of you that have the Anchor app, you already know. And for those of you that have the Apple Podcast, don't worry. We're coming to you soon. But I just want to thank everybody as well, always, for the listen, support. You're the best.
And, yep, just to piggyback off what Kev said, the happy Easters first and foremost. We know some of the COVID restrictions has been a little bit more easier, and now people are getting to see their families and etc. We just hope from the tripod, which is who we are, just hope that everything is
Great.
great. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter, had some good dinner, and just all around good times and good memories.
Yes, great memories. But without further ado, just to get on to this episode, some of the things that we want to talk about today is just our opinions, our thoughts on conspiracy, guys. Things that makes us wonder. You know what I mean? I kind of alluded to it in the last episode with the UFOs and the aliens and stuff like that.
So actually, it was Kev's story that inspired this episode. We got a lot of feedback from that specific moment.
I know.
Have you seen a UFO?
No. Okay, listen.
I got confirmation. I'll call him right now.
I have.
We can go live. I'll call him.
Okay.
Listen,
we could get him in. He could be a guest.
Don't call. Don't call. No. We'll save the phone. We're not gonna have our first caller about
right
an unreliable source.
The first call is gonna be a 50-50 question. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so we'll do that. We'll keep that in mind. But Kev's story, we got a lot of feedback off that particular moment. So we just thought to ourselves, what a better episode 3 than to just talk about different conspiracies, such as UFOs, aliens,
and to be honest, to his defense, there is so many different things that point to his truth. You know what I mean? There's crop circles. There's Area 51. I know that's a thing. You know what I mean? Like, what do y'all take on that?
Let's just dive right into it. As a matter of fact, Kev, because you're the one who, quote unquote, air quotes, saw a UFO. You're claiming it was a UFO. You're standing behind it. So let's just dive right into you. The question, of course, is
dive right into me.
Right.
Hey, we're gonna dive into you. We're gonna pause that 100 times because this guy.
Right.
Anyways, in other news.
So what's my thought on that?
What are your thoughts? Let's just get to the main question and then we'll go from there. Do you believe in aliens?
You can call it aliens, but there's definitely a different life source.
So you don't
life
call
form,
it,
I should say.
But isn't that the definition of alien?
I mean, to you maybe, not to me.
So what is
I think it is. It's just something that's not of this world.
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
In that case, I definitely believe in aliens. I mean, didn't Elon Musk, as we said last time, he confirmed life on Mars, right? Everyone confirmed Mars.
Did he though?
Was it life on Mars? Was it more life on Mars, or more that they found like
plant life,
like some type of life form, like a plant life?
Yeah,
or
like an organism.
Organisms, yeah.
Right, like that.
Aliens definitely exist. Have you ever seen Men in Black? No, I'm kidding.
Well, that and I think G mentioned this before we started airing, is that, which I'm pretty sure you're going to talk about, is that just the thought of what an alien looks like.
For sure.
Is just embedded in our heads.
That's society wanting us to
think
it
what
it
like
is.
That,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
No, but okay. So what we was alluding to prior to us going live was the fact that right now, if everybody, all the listeners right now, you two included, myself, if I was to say, draw me an alien, 100%, I bet about 90%, and I'm willing to bet about 90% of the people who draw that picture is gonna look somewhat similar.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying?
I agree.
And that's because once again, who gave us the image of an alien? Who put that image out there?
Someone that
There's-
had to have seen it.
Exactly. Something like that. Something like that. That's
Right.
got to be the answer, right? It's just unanimously known that this is a typical alien. See what I'm saying?
Right. Who's to
Typical
say
alien.
an alien really looks like that?
But true, that's true. They could.
Right. Why do you think? All right, so if we think that it's, so are we on the consensus that we believe in they are aliens?
For sure, and I think we were in consensus on the episode
Yeah,
too. That
so-
we were, yeah.
Why do you think they're trying to like keep it from us?
I
What
just-
do you think? What do you
because-
think? You think that they just want us to think small, or just
No,
like
I don't
that's
think.
a bigger conspiracy?
No,
you know
I don't
what mean?
think. I don't think society is ready for that.
Well,
Society
I
didn't
don't-
take it.
They're
Right.
technically not keeping it from us. Didn't they just confirm?
Well,
Yeah, but that's
I-
a leak. That's slow. Like, and even that, like, it's not a blatant like here. This is an alien. You know what I
right.
mean?
This is Elvis the alien that we
Right.
met. You know, he
This
landed
is
here.
why stuff like Popeye's fucking chicken sandwich goes crazy. Everyone's thoughts are on that, when in reality, something else is happening.
Well, no, I just think the whole UFO thing was planted on us at the right time. We were in the middle of the pandemic.
That's what I'm
the
saying. There's
whole
always something.
the political race and
Right.
everything, the presidential race rather, everything. There was other distractions. So when they dropped that, they dropped it at the perfect time because that was definitely not going to be the highlight of what was going on, based on the fact that we were going through something
All right.
unheard of, unprecedented before.
So you and you both have never had anyone else tell you they've seen any type of UFO or anything like
No.
that?
Not that I can,
Huh.
not that I can recall.
No.
Nothing
They don't come.
that.
They don't come to my part of Brooklyn, New York.
Right. Like I've heard
I'm
people
sure
be
there's
like,
plenty
"Yo,
of
I
them.
seen something fly by or something." You know what I mean? But they didn't ever say, "Yo, I distinctively seen an alien." You
My
know what I
uncle
mean?
just
Or
told me
UFO.
He seen some shit the other night.
Oh yeah,
Saturday
I'm
night.
pretty sure your uncle was drunk. Nah, shout out to your uncle. I'm only joking.
Like I would need to see some like Independence Day type ships in the sky. You know what I mean?
No, that's too
That's-
spooky.
that's
yeah,
War of the Worlds type shit?
Yeah, like I would need to see that.
But
like
to
for
answer
me
your-
to be like, "Oh shit."
To answer, I was gonna say to answer your question before, like I don't think society is ready for something like that. You know, people panic.
Right.
People panic for anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For you to tell people like there's a such thing as aliens, out of the society as a
Yeah.
whole is not ready to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Toilet
If
paper's gonna be
aliens,
bought out again.
Toilet paper,
toilet
nigga.
paper, nigga, that's the least. I
Nigga,
don't-
plungers. Niggas gonna put putting
Right.
plungers on their heads.
Right,
bro.
With
like-
the styrofoam.
right, something.
Right.
So let
And-
me ask you that,
Yeah.
because that's
Styrofoam?
from Science, right? That's basically what I thought of when you said that in the movie.
Right.
How do you explain crop circles? What about that?
I don't explain nothing. So, like I said, it's
So there, I think there's been like things, not are arguments for it. There's been like people go into the crop things and do something. You know what I mean? But I agree. That's a creepy thing.
and also just to play devil's advocate, you don't know. These could be fucking crazy people who do it themselves.
Right.
And then wake up like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know. If it is, this is why if aliens do exist, they only go to those parts of towns like Iowa,
fucking
and
Montana.
and,
Exactly.
quiet places like that. Because if they're gonna come, they're not gonna come to Massachusetts or Brooklyn, New York, or L.A. or anything like that. Where there's, you know what I'm saying? It's too much activity, too much masses going on. Plus, we don't even know. According to, we would assume that life outside is way more intelligent. Correct? I mean, they have
It has to be.
spaceships, right? For sure, they have
Right. If
spaceships.
they're here, right.
If they're here, they have to be way above our technology because they have spaceships that
Of
could
course.
travel at speeds that we haven't gotten to yet.
But
You know what I mean?
to your point about it, them going to like somewhere that's not busy, that's where all UFO sightings are for the most part.
But you're different.
Well, the only thing with that is
You ever
that
watch like
we're-
Unsolved Mysteries and shit?
yeah, but the only thing with that kind of debunks that is that we're in the city.
Bunk.
We're in the city, so I don't know if you know about your astrology, but we can't really see as many
Right, as
stars
far.
in the
For
sky
sure.
because
sure.
we're in the city lights. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So
Good point.
I think what's a bigger point though? What do you think about them being the part creators of the pyramids? Because that's a thing as well.
That's
Well,
Because people think that
For,
that's
some people think
Right.
aliens did,
Right.
for sure.
Aliens made
My take on it. No, go ahead, Kev. You want to
No,
go? No, go ahead, Kev.
somebody go.
I mean, but think about what we've been taught is like Egyptians built that shit by
Right.
hand.
Right.
But if you ever look, I mean, I know people that have been there to like pyramids, but
Really?
like in Cairo, I want to go to Egypt one day, honestly.
For sure. Why
Yeah,
like-
not?
that'll
that's
be
like
a
a
vibe.
trip.
For
yeah.
sure.
Wearing that fucking sundress and shit, you have no choice.
Sundress.
Yeah, you know the shit they wear. You have to wear that shit.
I wouldn't call it a sundress.
What are you calling it? make it
Whatever they
more,
wear. I don't know if it's a
Make it more
sundress though.
manly for you.
Right. I don't know. Maybe
You wouldn't wear a
sun
sundress.
suit. You know what I mean? But
I'm just going to wear this.
so, where's your take on it? Do you think aliens made?
I've never had a take.
Mm,
Weirdly, because
you just kind of learn. That's how you learn.
Why is it associated with aliens? pyramids.
I mean, they're massive to be one. And then it's just when you think about the time that was in, like the architecture. I mean, I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But the architecture and how to have each point directed directly up into the sky that goes to each star.
That was my thing.
You know
How
what
the
I
fuck
mean?
did they build that?
Okay, so my take,
And their technology wasn't shit back then.
Right.
so my take on it is, and this is just going off based on shit I've heard and stuff like that, stuff I've read. Supposedly, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not saying this is true or this is a fact. Once again, for what I think, all the data I've gathered, back then the Incas, the Mayas, the Aztecs, Egyptians, etc. They had used 100% of their minds. I mean, you're pretty sure you heard the saying that we only use 10% of our brains.
Like that.
Yeah, you only use 10% of our brains or whatever. So they used 100% of it, and that's where telekinesis and stuff like that come from, shit like that. And they were able to use that and unlock that potential to go ahead, and this is why they were able to create these massive structures, because they were able to unlock a potential that we just wouldn't be able to grasp. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be able to understand.
That's a theory inside a theory.
For sure. Like I said, once again, just stuff I've gathered, read, and all that, and hearing different people.
Shout out to Dave.
So, how do you feel about the fucking Area 51 shit? Remember when people were protesting?
Yeah, they tried to storm it.
Yeah, that's what it was. They're storming it.
That is the thing.
I mean, Area 51 is there for a reason. There's literally pictures on Reddit where people are Reddit, great source, but people are they're driving UFOs into Area 51, just fucking loiterers outside there taking pictures and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But they have it locked down. That's
oh no, for sure. But I'm telling you, there is pictures on Reddit. You don't know if it's Photoshop. You don't know what's what. But it's trucks bringing in these massive structures, things of that nature. Who knows what's in Area 51? It's called Area 51 for a reason. I think.
Can you imagine working at Area 51 and it not being anything that they think
it
is, and then just be like, "Yo, motherfuckers is weird." Yeah.
Right, and it's just simple shit guns.
Right.
Guns. Not even that is weird, just guns. It's just gun manufacturer. Area 51 is a gun manufacturer, and they got shitload of fucking lasers and stuff like that. That's it.
fucking lasers.
Right.
Yeah, they got lasers and fucking rail guns that shoot electricity, and they're trying to develop some shit, and we think they got aliens.
But
who knows?
Right, who knows? But that's not the first time, the government has ever lied or done everything.
And Area 51 has been a thing since forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's been a thing since forever.
So it's one of those, our government tells us one thing, it could be another, because who's to believe? Someone could tell us right now there is aliens, and someone's going to be like, that's not an alien. So there's always going to be those doubters. Which brings me to my next point, though. Do y'all think that we reached the moon? Because that is different.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't think we landed on the moon when we supposedly landed.
Oh wow, that's nice.
That's
okay,
a good take.
I like that. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you guys are read up on with the moon landings and shit. Because obviously we were racing Russia, right? Cold War,
during the Cold War
and
and
all that.
Race to the moon.
Yep.
So, being the U.S., we gotta be number one. Get there. Supposedly, that they proved. Hollywood had a set that was the word I'm looking for, fucking
replicated,
it's up to time.
Replicated.
They had advanced technology enough to replicate the moon, how it would look and shit like that.
Right.
So they did that, and I read some shit saying supposedly there wouldn't be footprints on the moon if you were to actually step on the moon. And, there's pictures of that and shit like that. And then another thing was the flag.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the flag is, in the picture, it's almost looking like it's blowing in the wind.
Yep.
There's no wind in space.
Right.
So that's a thing that was talked about. So that's why I'm kind of who knows?
So just for argument's sake. I'm not saying you're wrong. No, for sure, it's super deep. I'm not saying you're wrong. Just for argument's sake, just to keep conversation going.
We've definitely been on the moon.
No, I agree with you there.
We, as in
I'm talking
a human being, or
human species.
Yeah, human species. So just for the wind aspect, just for argument's sake, who's to say there is or isn't? You don't know what's in space. Nobody knows what's in space.
Actually, some people do. Astronauts.
I mean, but according to you, okay. So how about it's not that the wind is blowing the flag at the flag because there is no gravity. It's just trying to fly off. There's no gravity, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities to think it'll float away and you know what I'm saying into the air.
If that's the case, the flag would be pointing down. getting sucked away. No.
No, not pointing down because there's no gravity. It's going up. It'll be going upward.
Okay, so upward, but
Yeah,
not to the
there's
left.
no gravity. There's no gravity. That's what keeps us down. The fact that we have gravity. That's why we are down. That's why if I drop this water bottle right now, it falls. Gravity's undefeated.
That was the sound of a water bottle hit.
Yeah, if the audio caught the sound of the water bottle hitting the floor, that's amazing.
I
But
actually just read. Speaking of going to space and shit like that, there's actually like this 18-year-old girl. What I don't even remember her name, but shout out to her because just passed all her training and shit to go to space. She's about to go to space.
wow.
Oh wow! So
Go-
maybe we can
yeah,
ask
like-
her, get her on the pod,
Like
huh?
18, 19
I
years
wish.
old.
Shit.
It's crazy.
But
We
so
could,
my
that'd be
my
dope.
thoughts on it is that if we did, right, if we did go to the moon,
Mm-hmm.
why haven't we gone back?
But that's the thing. We don't know.
Right.
As in us here, at the fucking middle class.
NASA and
You know
shit
what I'm
like
saying?
that. Yeah,
Them
that's-
motherfuckers probably been there plenty of times.
By now, at this point, yes, I agree. Or
Plenty of times.
if not them, they definitely send like rockets, spaceships,
Yeah.
to go
Cameras and
survey
shit.
it. Yeah, to survey it
So,
exactly.
I mean, we know what's up there. You know what I'm saying? We know what's on Mars.
I know, like they're trying to build
So
like
look, I just looked it up.
You ever
okay,
seen one of Mars
Right. I
attacks?
just looked it up.
great movie,
I-
Great movie.
I love
I just
it.
Googled
Throwback.
it. So Google, you know what I mean? Yeah, y'all can fact check this, of course.
Uh-huh.
That there was only been one landing, and that's the one that we went.
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
Armstrong.
Yeah, 1969 and 72, and the numerous uncrewed landings. So we've been there with a robotic, you know what I mean, thing.
Yeah,
A man-made that we haven't gone.
only one time.
Yeah.
One small step for man.
You know, a
One large step
one-time
for mankind.
recorded.
Right, that recorded.
Come on, bro.
But I mean, something like that. Why? I mean, it's a spectacle. You know what I mean? Like
That's why it's a conspiracy,
world
though.
spectacle when that.
Yeah,
happens.
everybody
I don't
tuned in
know
for that for sure.
Yeah, because like Times Square, they were posting
Everything,
it. You know what I
everybody
mean?
tuned in
Like,
for that. Yeah, for sure.
Let me ask you this.
Yep.
I think we might have asked each other this.
What?
You think there's like another Earth in the galaxy?
Absolutely.
yes,
I can go on about
There's
that.
another Earth.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Another fucking
multi universes. Yes.
Yes. I just think there's another, like, okay, so I know they're trying to find another Earth, another form of life, stuff like that, just in case for any catastrophic thing or whatever. But I definitely do believe somewhere, and because we've definitely talked about this off air, like the space itself is just vast.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's endless.
You
It's
know what
unlimited.
comes to my
We don't
mind?
know. Nobody knows. And there's supposedly millions and millions and millions of galaxies. We're in one of those
Exactly.
millions and millions and
Yeah,
millions of
What comes to
galaxies.
my
like a
mind,
speck of
anytime-
sand in like a
A
beach.
speck of sand
Listen,
for sure.
yo,
Needle,
exactly.
a needle in fucking
Ooh.
3
Listen,
haystacks.
yeah.
I'm telling you, what comes to my fucking mind? You have the ending of Men in Black when the alien.
Yeah,
pulls
for
the
sure.
marbles,
locker,
the
nigga,
marbles.
yeah.
For sure, the
Yeah.
all
the marbles
part
and all
1
the
and part
galaxies
2,
and shit.
and part 2.
That
He was
shit
like
is
still a
crazy.
rookie. He kicked open the door, and they
Yep.
were in a small
Yeah.
closet locker full of
The
you know what I'm
whole fucking solar system was on a cat's fucking.
Right.
saying? right.
Collar,
Orion's
nigga.
belt.
Necklace.
His
Yeah.
is Orion.
All
But
right.
anyways, back on topic, but for sure, space is vast. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Vast.
know the ending. We don't know where it starts. We don't know where it ends. And it's not crazy to think in millions of galaxies, there's not another 9, 10 planets. 8 planets? How many planets you think there's out there? Whatever the case may be, with a solar system. You know what I'm saying? That revolves
You know what
around
I
its
heard
own
too?
sun.
I've heard that Mars was Earth years and years ago, and we fucked it up, and we moved to Earth.
Okay, I never heard that.
That's
I'll be
yeah,
honest. I'll be
yeah.
honest.
That's what I heard.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
He laughs at that, but
Yeah,
we laugh
right.
at
You
him.
talking about green skies?
Green lighting. Oh my God, it's a UFO.
Right.
And then, meanwhile, it's Charlie from the 3rd floor pointing a green laser at his ass.
I've never heard that.
Hey, listen, man.
I've never heard it. I'm not saying
Yeah.
because Mars is tilted on its axis like the Earth.
Yeah, it
so,
has a.
What I don't get is how can you determine how long it takes to get to fucking Pluto? You know what I mean? Like they know that shit.
they got it calculated. That's why the sun
math,
goes.
science. That's
Exactly.
beyond our. We don't get paid for
That's
that.
my point. If they know that, then they know the
Well,
most.
to counter that, they don't know because that's all they've gotten further. So that's what I said. Remember, they just discovered this other planet, and now all of a sudden
Yeah,
Pluto's not a planet.
right, nah.
a bunch
Pluto's
of other
planet, bro.
Pluto's a planet for me.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
sorry for the people who
The
believe
newer
Pluto's-
you know.
Sorry, you know what I'm saying? Where I grew up, Pluto's a motherfucking planet. That's where it says there is no other planet in between. And fuck
Shout out
that.
to Future.
Right.
So my point being, like, so they've only gotten that far. They haven't developed anything that goes further. That's why, like I said, remember I told you I had got lost on YouTube just looking up shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They talk about these other things they be finding because they're getting technology now to reach out So I think they're still developing things. They're fucking shooting out sound waves to see if they can get some type of communication.
Remember
from
when
somewhere
you guys
else.
laughed at me when I said, "Yo, when do you think teleporting is gonna be a thing?" And then that article came out.
Yo, so this nigga said, "Yo,
He
we're
said
gonna be able to
never. It's
teleport."
never gonna happen.
Yo, Kev went ham for the cheese.
Yeah, he did.
He went ham for the cheese.
Like, are you
Yeah,
fucking kidding me?
and I agreed. I'm not gonna sit here in front. I definitely agreed with Kev. I was like, nah, I tell you, bugging. Niggas is not gonna literally. You're gonna just vaporize, choom, and then
Yeah, it's
Thanos
a
into
Star-
the air and then just appear
Star Trek
somewhere
shit.
else.
Right.
And then supposedly niggas just had tests about them doing a fucking
Yeah, some
plant
type
or
of
something.
matter to another.
Yeah, they transferred it. I don't know. I don't know how true it is, but the fact that they was trying to develop it was fucking mind-boggling.
Right.
I was like, oh shit, that's crazy.
We're talking about conspiracies, right? We should have. What is your favorite conspiracy?
I don't have a favorite conspiracy.
don't
Not
have
me
one?
personally. Nah,
You
I don't have a
one that
favorite.
intrigues you.
Because I'm not a
ever?
conspiracy theorist. Like, you know what I mean?
I
I'm
mean,
not.
either, but like,
I don't have a favorite.
I
Like,
don't think I have a favorite
Yeah.
one either. I mean,
can't
there
say.
are some that I blatantly just like.
there's
alright,
there's
you know what I mean?
conspiracies that I'm interested in. That's a different thing. Such as space,
Like
aliens, maybe
I think it's important that conspiracies are a thing though, because it lets us
Opens up your
question
mind.
and it lets us question things. You know what I mean? And we're not just going with the flow of what this life is. You
I
know
got
what
one
I'm
that
saying?
I'm really interested in that we'll talk about later. That's on our list. We'll get to that point.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
I'll bring it up later. But I know it's a good conspiracy that a lot of people believe in: global warming.
ooh,
A lot of people believe global
bro,
warming
they've
is a
already
thing,
came
like
out,
government climate control and
exactly,
shit like
they
that.
came out and said the fucking they be
Government
controlling
create
tornadoes,
clouds.
and shit. Yeah,
That like the government create
tornadoes.
clouds. You remember that shit?
Mhm. Snow and all that shit.
Yeah, they
So-
create rain. They
All right,
they
so the
manufacture all
important
that.
part about global warming, do
That's
you guys
spooky.
feel like, because there's the difference. People think that it's just happening, something's just changing in the world.
Right.
But do you think that we have a part in the change?
Absolutely.
Like we as
Like if
As
you
humans, yeah.
just if we're
I think we do.
if we're looking at global warming not from a an extremist
Right.
point of view, and
Yeah.
it's all natural, then yeah,
Just the
absolutely. I
average
agree.
listener,
yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure, I agree with you, 100%.
Yeah,
we proved it during the pandemic when no one was outside.
Right, the
No one
Earth was
being
healing
bad to
itself.
the Earth.
Right.
The Earth was literally healing itself, and I think that killed a lot of that global warming shit about the government manufacturing, because just like that proved it. Fucking the Earth was literally cleaning itself, and I think we mentioned this in episode 1. I want to say.
Right, but
That-
I mean,
so-
when you
so
go
brief
to
on it.
when you see pictures and videos of the polar ice caps just melting and sea levels rising, you know what I mean? Like New York, like I know fucking or Uptown, nigga, this shit is just like it's almost to the, you know what I mean?
I mean, it's weird. I don't remember ever it being like, bro, it was like 70 degrees. We went outside and shot the basketball around. Then the next day it was like 30 degrees.
Boy, you gotta walk out with a hoodie, shorts, long john. Like you don't
Long
even
john.
like you don't even know what to
Pair of
wear
Timbos.
nowadays.
I haven't worn Timbos in forever.
Right, and some slippers just in
Yeah,
case.
man, some
In the
earmuffs.
background.
It's
Right.
different, dude. Like super different.
Well, who knows? I just think the world is changing as a
But
whole.
Boy, Texas had
no,
Snow for
just
sure.
ice.
Facts.
Like they had an ice storm.
Facts.
Bro.
No,
nigga.
I
And they
see.
wasn't prepared for that shit.
No,
neither.
they wasn't. They
They
got
was
one
like-
plow truck for the whole state, bro.
Right, it was like, what the fuck?
that shit is nuts, bro.
Niggas ain't have
people
shovels
was,
or nothing.
Nothing. No salt. No nothing.
Right,
that shit
they had
ain't
no.
even on a serious
cowboy
side,
boots.
like,
I mean,
people
well,
was dying
anybody
and
that
shit.
has
It's just
family
crazy.
or anybody that's out there in Texas, we condolences. Like I
Shout-
know that's a
shout-
serious thing. We
Right, shout
joking
out
about
Texas.
it.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard Texas is the bomb diggity.
Right.
100%
I was
from.
trying to go.
I wanted to go. Like I heard Texas. Like we're just joking about with the snow thing and all that.
Right,
no,
right.
no,
It's,
malintent.
I think it's just a funny kind of joke to anybody that deals with snow up north.
Because
Right.
we
You
did,
don't know what to do with
Right,
it.
you don't know what to do with it.
But
Exactly. That's where we're
realistic-
coming from it.
Yeah,
We deal with it.
I
and-
hate snow. By the way,
Oh my god, it's the worst thing.
And you know what's funny? As a kid, you love snow, and you think
Yep,
snow is the
yep,
most fantastic
yep.
thing. But then when you fucking grow up, you realize how much
Shovel
snow
and
sucks.
shit. I
Not
forgot.
just shovel snow, your car fucks up your sneakers, like everything, nigga. About snow
I
sucks.
know people that have
Slushies.
moved
Ugh.
to Florida though, and then literally told me I miss the
They
snow.
miss the snow.
The
Because
change of the
They are
seasons.
For sure.
smoking a new kind of crack.
But you know what it is? It's I understand that because
Grow
I've
up with
had
this, though.
Right.
I've had people check into my hotel from Texas, and they talked about they just experienced that for the first time.
Yeah, bro, that was real.
So I
Mhm.
had somebody drive down there right today, as a matter of fact. It's just to switch stories real quick. Drive down and said it's cold today. Literally,
Wow.
was like he's like, oh, it's really cold.
That's my
down here."
grandparents, bro. When they come up here from
You know what I'm
Florida,
saying? It's really cold.
got a
down here.
hoodie and jacket, and it's like
Yeah, I was
60 out.
wow, because anybody who's out here in Connecticut right now, nigga, it's fucking beautiful today. It was fire, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So do you
But-
think the government has that controlled?
100%.
Oh, do
I
you?
think the government has a control in
I
more than
don't.
we think.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so. I don't think
That's a
yeah. That's Mother Nature.
that's a
That's a whole
lot,
different
man.
like
They
phenomenon.
literally have proved that they can make whatever happen.
really.
I mean,
Have
you
they?
can make snow, you can make it rain, you can make clouds. There was mad tornadoes. I forget where it was that I seen, and they were talking about that. They think that they fucking
But in a massive
them
scale,
happen.
like a
yeah, for
really,
sure.
that's different.
Super different. Super
Hey,
different.
man,
Talking about control or conspiracies, that's huge.
that's
bro.
what I think.
Right. Like that dictates a lot of stuff.
That's spooky.
That's with anything. I think the government does whatever the fuck they want when they want. They're listening right now.
It
Hey,
is.
shout out to the government. Thank you for
Yeah.
listening. We
Right.
appreciate the
Hey,
view.
you better hit that follow.
Right, subscribe.
Listen, I do my taxes.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
No, but I
nigga.
mean, I that's what I believe.
So do you think the government puts out stuff like that? Like, do you think government portrays stuff like the Loch Ness monster or like Bigfoot? You know,
You know
like
what's
stupid
funny?
shit like that.
I was gonna answer my favorite conspiracies was definitely those growing up.
Really,
Loch
the
Ness.
folk tales and stuff like that with
The Loch Ness monster.
and the Bigfoot. That's a good one. The view. I want
Bro.
to see in the comment how many people would think Bigfoot is a thing.
I mean,
Do you think
there's
Bigfoot is
been
a thing?
over 3,000
Sightings,
sightings / reportings.
encounters, and shit.
Yep. But
See-
I never was
I love
so
this
big
is some
on the
tall
Bigfoot.
nigga.
I was just about to say that. I done seen some
Some hairy
weirdo Bigfoot
Right.
motherfuckers that
Named
if you seen
Daryl.
in the dark, you squint, turn your head to the left, and that look like a Bigfoot dude. But-
I'm not so sold on the Bigfoot, but I don't fuck with the water, so I'm all in for the Loch Ness.
Loch Ness.
And you see
So
the
I don't-
pictures. What else could that be?
I mean, and I don't think the
There
Loch
was no
Ness
Photoshop back
monster
then.
takes. Well, you don't know that.
What?
Because you just said the government can do anything. You don't know how far range their power goes back. Remember, I think the government has everything before the public. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think
understand what
like
you're saying.
they have fucking ray guns and all that, and then we'll get ray guns later on. You know, after they experience it. I think they can fucking teleport right now. You know what I'm saying from the Pentagon, so
right.
whatever, but we haven't gotten there yet. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they was like, yeah, they don't deserve this yet.
Yeah, but I mean, to even think that, there are sightings, and I think just the word of mouth aspect of it, like things get like
No, not proportion.
yeah, and they get misconstrued, and people like, oh, I seen this, but no, I seen this, kind of like the telephone game. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to experience it yourself,
And then
for
you
to
get
really
different
say
stories. Who
anything.
knows?
Exactly. It's like the UFO.
You know
Oh
what's
my
crazy?
God.
So like the whole big.
Yo,
you know,
seen one, bro? You seen
You know
one.
what's crazy? Imagine, okay, what if, right? The original sighting of Bigfoot was just like that. It was a big ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
Caveman.
wet,
You know,
slimy
Right,
motherfucker. Yeah.
right. He just had some. He just had some like motherfucking big ass fur coat or something. It was cold as
Yeah.
fuck in the woods. You know what I'm saying? He was tall as hell. Somebody, oh my god, I seen the motherfucker. And his foot looked big. And then from there, it's just like the story went to another
But
one.
I mean,
and
if
the
you go
train-
deep into that, there's like prints in the ground and shit like that, like footsteps. That's like what else is that? You know what I mean?
How about those are planted?
But with what?
Somebody
Who
could
knows? You
Make
can-
something.
Definitely,
You know what I mean?
definitely, nigga. In this day and age, you can make anything.
Bro, that was so long ago when Bigfoot was a thing.
Bigfoot is still a thing, I think, right? Is it? Is Bigfoot still a
I
thing?
mean, I haven't.
I don't
heard-
know.
I haven't checked on it. Does he have an Instagram or something? 'Cause
He
I don't-
probably has a Facebook. I'm
Right.
pretty sure. If
Doesn't he do the
100% you
Blue
look
Jersey
at
commercials?
For sure. He definitely is in
He
progressive
definitely does,
commercials.
man. He got employed.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, there's no excuses out there. If Bigfoot could get a job, guys,
Yeah,
so can you.
Absolutely. You heard it here from the tripod.
Oh man,
That's awesome.
just the government in general, man. I don't know. They could be, not fucking telling us that. I mean, there's one big one that I think that we can all kind of relate to. 9/11.
And that was
Oh,
what I was
wow.
saving for the one I'm very interested in. I actually did report my exit project in
Oh, yeah.
social studies on 9/11. Me and
So-
my man, shout out my man Christian. I was
Right.
one of my homies from
First and
8th grade.
foremost, again, if anybody lost anybody or you know what I mean, like I know
Condolences,
this
100%.
one rocked a lot of people.
Mhm.
So again, the condolences, the respects to those firefighters, those first responders as well. Like we definitely we want to just shout out them because that was a very tragic time in our country. But
Oh yeah, I was fucking out there
oh my God,
I
bro,
was
I remember
Brooklyn,
that
New
day
York,
vividly.
in
bro.
school.
I was young too, and I remember
in
it.
school, right out my classroom. Anybody who's listening to this that's from New York, they all can attest to this. From Brooklyn, right there, you look over, you got the
That
whole
must have
New
been
York
a
City
different
skyline.
vibe, man.
You got the whole New York City skyline. Like on the 4th of July, you go to the roof, bro. You can see all the fireworks from. You ain't got to go out there. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
the fire. That's the perks about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, from my school, IS 111, Ms. Jones class, 7th grade, nigga, I remember looking out Boom. Shit was crazy. They put us all in the motherfucking, and Mr. Avila's art teacher, shout out to him, put us in his classroom, and they had the TV going. They was talking about the whole thing. Parents started picking up their kids. One girl that was in my class, her name was Nina. Her moms came and picked her up, and she took the last bus from the city into that was coming over the bridge, because they shut down the trains. They shut down all forms of transportation over the bridge, in and out of Manhattan, the Hudson, everything that's coming in from Jersey, everything, nigga. Yo, crazy.
Yeah, that New York must have just been a different like place, bro.
Nigga, like I said, everybody's coming.
You could see the smoke and shit from where you were.
Hell yeah, nigga. So my cousin Ruben, I know Ruben. You can actually see, you can literally ask him this yourself when we see him next time we go play basketball. Nigga, he was on his way to school. Him and his brothers, his moms, God rest his soul, was taking him, and it was fucking smoke, nigga. The cloud, the dust cloud, covered. They got covered in the dust cloud. That's because crazy. They was in the city at the time. Shit. They were living in the city. So, nigga, wild, nigga. That shit was crazy, bro. And you could see it, nigga, everything. It was just all TVs. Like, if you had basic TV in New York, you had only Channel 2.
I mean, that was everything in Mass, too, from what I remember. Every TV station.
Like, it was only CBS. No, every TV station was running the covering 9/11 for sure. But I'm talking about if you didn't have cable.
Worked, right, yeah.
If you didn't have cable, you had access to Channel 4, which was NBC in New York. Channel 2 is ABC. I mean, no, sorry, CBS.
66 was Disney Channel. Remember those days?
But anyways, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. But you only had, Channel 2 was the only channel working, which is CBS, and they was covering the whole thing. And I remember staying up watching this shit, and then covering, because that was one thing. My dad was big on me. School shit, so it was like he didn't even come pick me up. I stood in school the whole fucking school day. He was like, "Nigga, you was able to stay in school," but it was just wondering like, are they gonna open schools? Nobody knew nothing and everything. So I ended up staying up all day, and I remember staying up all night until they announced like the next morning at 6. Schools is closed down, job shit like. Fucking, I went to sleep. I remember vividly going to sleep, waking up.
2001.
01. Yep. 9/11. 9/11. September 11th. My cousin Jeremiah's birthday. Shout out to my cousin Jay.
I was in 5th grade. 100%. Nigga, I remember my teacher, Mr. Lazeski. He was a retired police officer. I remember coming home, or not coming out of gym class.
2nd grade.
I remember coming out of gym class and me going into the class, and the dude, like he looked so angry, emotional. Yep. He told us what happened. Like he was just like he was ready to go to war.
When you graduated?
09.
Oh yeah, okay. So I was in 2nd grade.
Okay.
Want to get that across?
Yeah. So like, I just remember that, like, and just people like going home early, like, and just like not knowing what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was, nigga, in New York, I'm pretty sure it was different, but just the whole world just like was like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nigga, what's wild is that we were, not to cut you off, for me in 5th grade, it's still pretty young. Right. 10 years old, whatever you are, like that's still mad young to comprehend, like what really is going on.
Right.
But what was the coverage like in Massachusetts?
Probably, from what I literally remember, is another teacher coming in the room, and they just fucking like you could tell something was wrong, like the way they was crying and shit like that, and they fucking played the coverage of it right in the room, and we were all watching it.
Yeah.
They put us, like I said, that's what they did in Moscow. They put us in the art room, and they had put on the TV, and they was playing the coverage of it.
And I mean, I just remember, you know what I mean, watching it, but I just didn't know what exactly was happening. You know what I'm saying?
So, and we kind of,
we had to sing the national, not to cut you off, my bad.
Oh, yeah, we stood up. We did the
We had to do the national anthem and all that shit.
Yeah.
No,
they wanted us to,
We didn't do that in Brooklyn.
If they had, like...
from the hood, niggas, fuck all that. They was just watching the coverage like, this shit crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even in 7th grade, not to cut you off, sorry, brother, but we were even too young at that point to comprehend what was going on. Because at first it was just like, what the fuck? And then everything was at first accidental. You know, it wasn't, the whole thing wasn't fucking terrorist attack or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
We just seen that happening.
Right. So, and we didn't know what it was until it was literally broken down to us. And then, of course, obviously, you know, 7th grade, you start understanding more when they break it down to you a little bit. And that's what it was.
So that goes to my point, though, right? Everybody had an experience. I'm pretty sure you listeners out there, you guys had your own, unique experience as well.
We'll always remember that.
Do you think it's a conspiracy? Do you think that that's something that our government did to us? Or do you guys think that that's something that's just
This
you
is
know,
why I'm very
terrorists.
interested in it.
You know what I mean?
This is why I'm very interested. I've seen many documentaries. Of course, you can't always believe what you see and read and all that, but like that. But I've seen many documentaries, and I'm pretty sure other people has as well. It's a super spooky situation that makes you open your eyes and realize like how shady shit can be,
Right,
how
how
dirty shit can be,
how
Because it makes
uncontrolled-
sense.
and it makes
Yeah,
and
how
it just-
uncontrolled we are, really.
That makes
it
sense.
just enlightens the fact that we are literally human guinea pigs in their world.
What's
You know
that?
what I'm saying?
What's
Mm.
that documentary on it? You showed me.
9/11,
Loose
loose
change.
change. 9/11,
No.
yep, loose change on YouTube.
It all made sense. I never believe anything else but that.
That shit was crazy, right? Like when I put
Yo.
you onto it, I was just
What?
like, "Yo, wow, the way how everything
If
was."
y'all never seen
had the
that, you need
evidence.
to watch it. And
Right, I hope.
it'll
Yeah,
have you-
shout out loose change, 9/11 documentary,
It just all
Uh,
makes sense. All the
mm.
little shit that they pointed out to.
and it's
And,
crazy.
and what's crazy is that I don't want to believe that.
right?
Right, and that's
that's
my
where I was
struggle
when I
with
saw
it.
it.
That's
Like,
my
wow,
that's my
really?
struggle with it. Just because I think about the lives that are lost, and it almost
100%.
feels like, damn, like
And that's going back to what I
Yeah.
said. We're just pawns in their
Right,
scheme.
bro.
You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Like,
Like-
we're just guinea pigs in their little test. You know what I'm
like
saying?
because I can't fathom being
Like that. Like
one,
that's how
one of
people,
those people.
That's
you know
why
what I mean?
people believe that we're fucking living in a simulation. Some people believe that.
Oh, we'll get to that.
God.
Let me get on
Oh,
that after.
wow.
Okay, we'll
Because
save
yeah.
that.
We
We'll
want to
save
talk
that.
about that.
Oh, we can and we will.
Yeah.
I got all.
But
the reasons
I
for
definitely think that there was a different hand. There was something else. I think that I'm not naive to think that, like, just think about how someone actually had, were able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, how are you able to just, like, the government just didn't know anything?
And that's the ruthlessness. That's the craziness about this whole thing. And like I said, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't have an answer for you. That's why it's like I feel like I'm answering your question with a question. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's crazy to think that fucking
It could
just
happen.
It can happen. It's like they literally
But-
and with ruthlessness, they no give fucks given. Now
Have you?
incorporating the people that lost kids, fathers,
Yeah.
mothers, daughters, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, grandmothers,
Mm.
grandfather, everything, friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
that was lost on that day. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
every time-
Colleagues,
Every time that
Oh my
comes
God.
around,
everything
that
you
day,
can
it's
think
like,
of. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Future is
Students,
it's just,
teachers, everything was lost on that day, and it's just the fact that they would go ahead and blatantly do that. I give no fucks. But that's what makes it. That's what makes the world we live in today crazy. Because now people are more and smarter. They are more.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
you
People
adapt.
more on it. We're more
Right.
adapt.
And-
We're not.
it's-
No, it's not even that. So put it like this.
Ooh,
You
that's
can-
a good point.
let's call
That's
a
a
spade-
really good
Let's
point.
call a spade a spade. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think it alludes to. Nigga, if you see a crackhead, right? Doing like Cat Williams, remember that joke, nigga? If you smoking crack and everybody's calling you a fucking crackhead, you're a
Right.
fucking crackhead. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, we've seen too many things of this, too many acts of
Right,
it.
I think just in the
And
world
people
that
were
we're
not
in,
sick of
right?
it. We're
the
not
world,
stupid.
the world that we're in, like social media, everyone has opinions, everyone has cameras, everybody has,
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean,
sure.
like an outlet, a platform.
And now everybody can be opinionated.
Yeah,
and can
so
voice
it's
their
just like
opinion.
now, I don't think something like that could just,
Fly
go,
on the radar.
right?
Hell
Go
no.
under the rug.
Hell no.
Back.
Hell no.
in our
9/11 was
age
to
now.
happen in 2021. Oh my
Yeah,
God!
this
God
was-
forbid, because I don't want us to go
yes.
through that ever again. I don't want to jinx anything like that. But if that was to happen now, oh my
yeah.
God!
But that was just
What?
proving how bad our security was at the airports, though. Realistically,
Mm.
because look
But
how far that came
I-
because of that.
Was it? But was it? So okay, just to play devil's advocate, you're probably right. Once again, I'm not disagreeing with you, brother. But I just want to debate it.
What?
How about if it's not that the security was poor? How about if this they wasn't doing their jobs correctly that day?
I mean, that's a good way to think about
You
it.
see, I don't know. I don't know how to think about
Or
it.
they
At the
were
end of the
that
day, it
good.
happened. You know what I'm saying?
Or the terrorists were that good.
For sure, they boofed it.
Oof. I mean, did they? They had air marshals on the planes already when they were before that happened, right?
I don't.
Or did they start implying that after?
It might have been
I think
after.
after. I don't know if it's
I
after
could be.
before. I can't
Yeah,
confirm that. Yeah.
I could be
I've definitely
wrong.
said, remember we were on the plane. I was like, "That's a fucking air marshal right there."
Oh yeah,
For sure, you look like
100%, bro.
But
Like, yeah, it's him.
I mean, if you watch
I
those,
didn't see him put a bag
It's
in the overhead
Yes.
compartment.
I'd be watching everybody.
It was like
But if you watched like the movies of when they were on that, I forget what flight it was, but when they dudes took over the plane.
passenger
They have-
passenger 57.
I think so.
something like
Yeah,
that?
where they crashed in the field and shit.
Yeah.
They kind of prevented another.
Yeah, to the Pentagon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, not the Pentagon. It was to the White House, I think it was.
Yeah, it was aimed for the White House,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
crashed.
yeah.
That's
The
Pentagon one hit.
wild,
The
dude.
Pentagon one hit
Yeah.
the right wing or some shit like
Yeah.
that, and it's another instance.
So
That's sad.
if you want to get into detail about the conspiracy bullshit,
Mm.
The biggest one I took off of that is I know you get Wi-Fi on planes, but we need to confirm that. Did you get Wi-Fi and shit back then in 01?
I don't think so. No.
Because they're talking about all those phone calls that people were making. How are you making a phone call?
Well, some cellular phones, I think back then had you could do it.
make
Yeah,
a call
And
on
to-
the plane.
And not even that, to that defense, they were low enough.
they were low enough. True.
Yeah,
They
you
were low
you
enough.
were low
Yeah,
enough.
they were
For
low
how
enough.
long?
I mean, enough to
Make a phone call for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
To tell your loved ones, yo, I love you.
Right, right.
You see how fast I just said I love you, nigga? Like it's not that long.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
when you're 10,000
Love
feet
you
in the air, I don't think you can make a phone call. But
Yeah,
I
they
think
were
when
definitely
you're
they were super
in
low.
scary,
that was the
scary
whole,
heights.
That was the whole thing in New York. Have you seen the documentary when somebody they was just filming regular? They looked up, nigga. That shit was eerily close.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That shit was right there.
yeah.
You should like really take that all in.
Hey, I can remember that vividly because, like I said, at that point, I'm in the 7th grade. I'm at like 12, 13 almost at that age,
Sounds
11,
good.
something like that. Like, I'm definitely remembering that. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit vividly in 01. I remember in class, everything.
All the
That
other
was
ones
like
you
10.
think of, they had the how the
10.
building
I was 10, yeah.
the building
Yeah.
blew up before the plane hit and shit like that.
Right.
That
what?
Yeah. I
That
seen
what?
seen that. I seen that the
blows
building
up
blew
before
up from
the
the
plane
bottom.
hits.
Yeah, and it just caved in.
For sure, they showed that it
Yeah.
seemed like something detonated.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, it seemed like something detonated before the
Or
planes
what
even
about
made
the
contact.
motherfucker that took the who owned the building? He put a big ass insurance policy on it a week before.
How about even the crazier thing that the fact in 1993, the whole bomb thing? Have you ever heard about that?
For sure.
In 1993, they found in the basement of the World Trade Center, they
Yep.
found bombings and
Yep,
shit like
yep,
a car filled with explosives.
Yep.
They've been trying to take that down for you know what I'm saying? And now is that a part of that? Was that a thing that stemmed off that they planned
I'm telling
to
you,
be
watch
better?
this documentary.
It's
This had my mind
crazy.
blown.
Yeah,
They
no, it's-
showed the dude, the owner of the building, was doing what the hell is the word when they reenact shit, like reenactments?
Dramatization?
Huh?
Dramatization?
Dramatization.
Representation.
That sound like Elvis.
It's a reenactment, right?
Yeah, a
reenactment,
reenactment basically of there's a
Dramatization.
specific word like
Dramatization, I'm telling you.
nah,
Like a mock-up? Like he just did like a...
fuck. But they were reenacting basically if a plane was to crash in the building.
Oh, simulator.
Yes.
Oh, simulation.
Fuck.
Simulator. Yeah.
Simulation.
That. They were doing a simulation of that happening, like eerily close to when it happened.
And they also said on that shit, like, in reality, can a plane crash really collapse the buildings?
Exactly.
Right, and where it hit. Yeah.
It just all the timing of everything didn't make no type of sense.
Yeah, because the way it fell down, it seemed like almost very
Demolition-esque.
Yes, that's
Demolition-esque.
exactly. Just it went straight down.
Straight down. And then they were showing buildings that collapsed from plane crashes and compared it to they tilt. Exactly.
Yep,
they tilt. That's the difference. This shit didn't tilt. It fucking went from the ground up. Like they had C4's planted like a demolition. Have you seen? Go to YouTube right now and you fucking type in demolition, building demolition.
Yeah, they do the pillars.
And then they just drop like fucking Tetris. You ever play Tetris and you get a Tetris on it when you get it on 5 lines? The way it drops, that's how it looks. It looks fucking fake. That's how crazy it looks. And that's just to think that the World Trade Center went down like that. There's video of it going down.
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
There's video of it going down, bro. It's crazy thing. Listen, man. Y'all know this. I'm Brooklyn proud. I was rather be no other place growing up, and just to live there during that time was fucking wild. It was an experience that I take with me. It was crazy. It was my cousin's birthday. My cousin Jeremiah. Shout out to you, Jay. Shout out my nigga. Birthday. 9/11 is his birthday.
And
I mean,
you want to talk about the war with Afghanistan? Weren't we like fighting with oil and shit like that? They probably made some type of deal with that. I heard.
Oh, we was trying to blame them for the whole fucking thing first, wasn't it?
yeah, just harboring Bin Laden and where he was. There's just a lot to
Bashing
it,
him.
but I mean, whatever your thoughts are on it, whatever it is,
Let us know in the comments.
let us know. You know what I mean?
Let
Like,
us know in
tell
the
us what y'all experiences. You know what I mean? As
That's
far
what I
as
want to see.
right.
I would like to see that. I will read any comment that it talks about your experiences on 9/11. I would definitely be interested in seeing what's up with other people and making it happen.
Yeah, but all right. So just to kind of move on to this section of the episode, because this one Kev, I need you right now. Like this one, this one blows my mind to this day. Like the way I explain this to other
told you to
people.
watch that movie.
Yes, and
You
it
know, I
changed
haven't.
my whole like perception of everything. Like it really, really did.
So, movie I'm talking about is called The Mandela Effect. And I mean, if you've never heard of the Mandela Effect in general, that's crazy. That's when
Yeah.
it gets real spooky.
Yeah,
Talking about living in a simulation, which is, kind of far fetched, but when you start hearing all the, the points and the details about everything, it makes crazy sense.
give him an example then.
All right, the perfect example I can think of off the top of my head, right?
Uh-huh.
You know the Monopoly guy, right?
Yep.
Think of the Monopoly logo on the board.
They think
wearing
he's wearing
his-
a. They think he's wearing a monocle, but he's not.
He's not.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
when you think of the Monopoly guy, you think of that.
Yeah.
So another one, Curious George.
Yep.
Does he have a tail?
Yes.
Doesn't.
Oh, word.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what makes it crazy though.
Stupid crazy.
Yeah.
Pikachu. I know you're probably onto your Pokemon and shit.
Yep.
Does Pikachu? What color is his tail?
His skin color is like yellow.
Yes, but some people think that there's
black.
a black there's a
Yeah.
black part.
No,
of
I know
it,
the
you what I
Mandela
mean?
effect. I know. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
so,
give,
like-
give me
Trying to
another
give him,
example. Keep
other
going.
examples, right? The Bearstein Bears.
Bernstein,
Remember the
yeah.
books?
Yeah, the
Those are
Bernstein-
my
the
shit,
Bernstein-
by
the
the
Ber-
way.
Right,
Is
right.
it Bernstein? Bearstein Bears, yeah.
But it's Bearstein Bears.
Spelled Stein.
Right.
Yep, look it up.
Yeah, it's with a A, not an E.
Crazy.
Yeah,
But it's definitely Bearstein Bears, from what I remember.
Bearstein, yeah, for sure. Me too.
or just to this effect. Do you know that some people have a vivid memory? Like, do you know when Mandela died?
No.
I thought he was still alive. I thought you said him and Winnie was still kicking.
Nah,
My
so
bad.
a lot of people, right, just chilling.
I thought it was
Yeah, he kind of died kind of recent, right?
Yeah, so yeah, but a lot of people have a vivid, memory of him dying in the 1980s in prison.
No, definitely got made
Yeah,
out.
you know what I mean. So there's that. I mean,
Free at last.
I mean that
free
just
at
goes to
last.
play on like when Kev showed me this fucking or just told me to watch this movie. It like I went out, I literally looked at him and said, "Who are you?"
I got another one.
Yep,
How do you spell Fruit Loops?
like the box of cereal Fruit Loops.
Yes.
FROOTLOOP. Yes.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I thought it was spelled fruit.
No, FROOT.
Okay.
No, some
Now
people think
play
it's
it.
fruit. FRET.
Spelled out. Same thing with Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
It's LOLON.
No.
Wait, LOON.
Uh-oh.
No, wait, LONNEY.
Spelling Bee champion.
Yeah, TUNES.
Yes, but a lot of people think it's spelled.
Tune TOONS.
Yeah.
The points of it being is that it's almost like a deja vu effect. Like, even deja vu.
I watched a lot
itself-
of that shit. That's why, by the way, I know it.
But
Right.
even deja vu itself, that's like you reliving something that you've already
Yep.
experienced.
That's literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or, according to the movie and shit, it's a glitch in the simulation that we're living. Just
That's-
you know,
that's-
you really
that's
have to open your
different.
mind for that one.
Yeah. Did you
Well,
watch
what
the
about-
movie?
Not
I think
really.
Booby did.
No, Booby definitely did.
Yeah.
She definitely did. I don't.
You gotta
I-
watch
yo,
the movie. Yeah.
Listen to me. Listen, I just sometimes think things are coinky dink. You know.
I don't want to spoil it completely
So don't
for
spoil
everybody.
it. Don't
but
spoil it because there's probably a lot of people who
I'm
hasn't
just
seen
gonna give
the
a
movie.
little plot, just so you know,
It was a
kind
plot.
of like it a little.
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah.
Let's like it a little more. Let's
guy
like it a lot more.
Starts researching and getting really into the theory of a simulation, and he's good with computers and programming and shit like that. And he hacks into the simulation, and
Yeah, it gets crazy. I'm about to get real. There was like a personal experience that I felt like I've lived through the Mandela effect,
Really.
and the person that I experienced it with is in this room.
Really.
it's aliens.
Kev, you don't remember us having a vivid memory that we went to Six Flags together?
Oh
Bro.
yes, I've heard
We
the
were
story.
arguing for like 2 hours. Like, bro,
Bro.
we went to Six Flags together.
Bro, like, and we have a vivid memory of us like going with each other, but then there's a point where we're just like, nah, that wasn't
We
it.
started calling people. Like, yo, did we ever go to Six Flags together?
Yeah.
You don't ride the Scream, right?
No, I do not
Because
fuck with that
that's-
ride.
That's what I remember. It's like we not doing that.
Yeah, I remember us walking around it like, yo, I'm not doing. You
Yeah,
can
we
go on there by
100%
yourself, bro.
So-
I don't do the up and down.
So listen, viewers, these motherfuckers is in the same dream. They fed up in the same dream.
Yeah, we definitely relate.
Because
Yeah.
there's no evidence, there's no witnesses. I'm going.
Nigga,
to,
I remember
Six
it
Flags.
being dead, like us just walking through, like, damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean Mandela effect, yo. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost
Like-
like some like Matrix-esque like
right
alternate universe type
for
shit.
sure. We're just all logged in. You know what I mean?
Yay. That's a broader subject. You know,
I don't
what
think
like
so.
you
Man.
can div and dive.
I don't think so.
But let me ask you this. Not necessarily conspiracy, but more of like a theory.
Hmm.
This is a really good topic, I think. What do you think happens when you die? Is there an afterlife or? Because this is.
I mean, I don't know about but I grew up in a more religious household, and I feel like there's something happens when you die. Like I don't think that like when you die is just that's it, case closed. You know what I mean? Like lights out. I think that there's some type of afterlife. I can't fathom it just being nothing after. You know what I mean?
I don't like to think about it. 100%.
Oh, that's
Because the thought of me fucking dying scares the shit out of me, for sure. It scares the shit out of me. I love life right now. I'm at a good point in my life, between my wife, my son, of course, you guys, everything I got going with me, my job, podcasting, streaming. Got a lot of good things going on, and life's good. You know what I mean? Life's good. And I just don't even like to put myself in that mindset and think about it. But to answer your question, do I think, yes, I like to think that there's a heaven, and a nigga like me is going to get to the pearly gates and be like, nigga, you good, come on in. You know what I'm saying? That's my hope.
Right.
Before I even answer, dude, I just want to say, saying all that positive shit right there, it's
Feeling
just
it?
really open. I feel, no,
Feeling
real shit.
Yeah.
Like, I just think more of that needs to be said. Like, people need to celebrate the little.
Right, and just
A
live in the
little-
moment.
Absolutely.
Live in the moment.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I said, life's good for me, bro. Like I
It's
said,
awesome.
life's good
No,
for me.
it's
I'm
just
doing
good to see you look at it that way.
No, 100%, and
The
it's
perspective.
authentic. This is why I told you, like
For real.
us doing this podcast. Like I said, it wasn't it's cliche and cheesy to say, but I look forward to doing these.
Oh, this is
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, and I love for us. I get
Chicken
how excited we get to put this out there for the people, and we want the people to hear this as well. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, and then of course, you guys just know how I am. You know what I mean? I just like I said, I don't like to look at it like what happens, afterlife.
Right.
I don't
You
like
live in
to-
the moment, which is
I'm in-
how you should be.
I'm in the
I would-
moment. I love the now, and I don't like to think about that. But like I said, just to answer the question, I do believe there's a heaven. I don't like to think there's a hell. I don't want to
I think
think that
that's
I'm going there.
everyone's perspective.
That's everybody's hope, for
You know,
sure.
You either go to hell, you go to heaven, and
Right.
you just live there eternally.
Mm.
But how about, we kind of touched on this before. When you die, you basically get reborn and maybe live just a brand new life with shit that you already know.
Yeah.
Because
I-
isn't that deja vu?
I think
I've done
that's
this before.
I have a strong belief in that as well. Like I feel that
People
somewhere.
become successful.
Right, like the people that are more successful, the people that are the celebrities, the people that just get it. You know what I mean? It just felt like they've known, like they know. You know what I
How
mean?
to
This is
do
their
it.
second life or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
That's
a
what
thing.
that saying. You was this in a past life. Whatever
Right,
that saying,
right. Yep.
Or what if you get like reincarnated and become a fucking bald eagle or something?
I would hope for something that
Yeah,
cool. Like I would
yeah,
want to be something that
like
cool.
an
I
anal
don't get
bead.
the like.
Anal bead.
You ever see Pineapple Express?
Sure.
He's gonna come back as Jude Law.
Right. Oh my god, it's a great.
But that's a
Yeah.
crazy, just it's a thought. Like, what does
Yeah.
happen? You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
It's scary, actually.
100%. Like that's why I don't like to look at
Right.
it, because for me, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like that shit scares the shit out of me. I don't want to think about the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's.
I don't want to
But
think about the
that's
end.
why it's a theory necessarily. There is no end.
Yeah, oh, okay.
You know what I
For the okay, I see where you went with it. Okay. Yeah, but just like I said, I'd like to think about that end. If there is no end or whatever the case may be, whatever that is, I don't want to know what that is. You understand what I'm saying? I want
I
to know
understand.
what's happening right now. I want to know what's going on. I'm interested in the things
So
that
you
I
don't
got
live
coming
for
up.
any type of future?
No, that's why I was literally getting into that. Like I like to, live for what I have coming up, things I look forward to. Yes, I can definitely look
I
forward
think he
to
just
that.
did the ultimate end.
Right.
You know
For
what I mean?
sure, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the demise. I
Yeah.
don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think about that. I literally think like, for example, the UFC fights. This shit I'll be looking forward to. This
Yeah,
summertime.
yeah,
hopefully,
yeah.
things that we could fucking go play basketball, shit like that. Simple shit. You know
What
what I'm saying?
about Jesus? Put me on the board.
Yep.
When I always thought was crazy, never know
That's
when is the end. You know what I'm saying?
that's why it's scary.
Yeah.
That's
super
why it's
scary.
fucking
Oh,
scary.
It's scary, but it also kind of what G was saying. It gives you a perception of what now we gotta appreciate now. You know what I mean?
Also, you don't want to manifest shit. I'm a strong believer in manifestation. Like you can manifest stuff to happen. That's how I forgot who we saw like this Jim Carrey, that he manifested that yo, I'm gonna make $25 million in such and such time, and he did. You know what I'm saying? He wrote a letter to himself, and he's gonna.
Oh yeah, he kept it in his wallet. Yeah,
He kept it in his wallet, and then after he made it, he opened it up and was
He
like,
just gets it.
you know what I'm saying?
That's all it is.
And it's
He's
just like
reborn.
I do believe in
Damn
manifestation.
scary.
Like I do believe you can manifest. That's why if you notice everything, I try. You know, sometimes I don't. And you guys know me.
yeah, we're human.
Sometimes I try my best though. I try to keep a lot of positive. You know, I try to good thoughts, good vibes. You know what I'm saying? I just believe like that keeps it, that energy, that aura, that stays, that's infectious. Because a bad energy, a bad vibe can fuck up the entire, like,
100%.
you know what I'm saying? The entire moment, the entire everything.
It's a living thing. Yeah.
Really-
Negativity
really
is a living
infectious.
thing. Yeah, for
Really
sure.
infectious, bro.
I truly believe in that as well.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just all it is. So I believe in manifestation. So for that, going back to the point about the afterlife, I don't want to think about that because that's manifesting like the end. I'm thinking about that. So am I manifesting that happen sooner than later? You know what I'm saying? So in terms, I don't think about that. That's why that saying is, oh, living now, live today, think about today. Because if you think about today or you live in the moment, so to speak, you're not thinking about the end. So you're not manifesting that. You're manifesting the good times. You're manifesting the now, what's happening now, what's going on now. The people listening to this podcast, they're manifesting that. Us recording this podcast. Everything that's going on, the NBA players right now, there's NBA games, they're playing basketball, people streaming, people doing whatever, people having sex, people whatever. That everything's a manifestation about things. And that's what you think about. You don't think about the end when you're doing these other things. You know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
I mean, blew my mind right there.
Hey, listen,
Great.
that's
suck.
there you go. Hey, that's what I'm
Right,
here.
perfect emoji. Right?
Perfect emoji for it.
I just
But that's
think-
just my. Once again, sorry I rambled, guys.
Hey, man,
That's just
No,
my
yeah, get it
opinion.
off.
That's
Get
just
it
my
off, for sure.
opinion
That was
about
great.
it. You know what I mean?
it's one thing you could take from that is be more positive. It's
For
all a
sure.
mindset.
It is a mindset, 100%. You know what I mean? There's people that wake up gangbanging on breakfast, like Kat said. And that's a real thing. There is people who wake up in this world really, really angry. You know what I'm saying? They really, really just
That's
like
a whole
what the,
nother,
like what the
discussion.
fuck are
Right,
you upset
right.
about? You just woke up, nigga. That's
Gangbanging on
that,
breakfast.
I for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think people should be happy when they wake up because there's
100%.
people who don't.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a whole
Amen.
nother, like I said,
That's a whole other
discussion.
topic. You know,
Right.
we had to get a little deep.
I mean,
You know,
with
to
that,
end it
yeah.
off with that.
Right,
You know
That
what I
being
mean?
right.
said,
Yeah,
I
fellas.
think we can wrap this one up.
Yeah,
I think we could too.
definitely.
Another good successful
If-
episode.
I
and
like
if-
this one.
I kind of want to just reiterate. I think I'm on the board for that.
Reiterate.
Just if you guys have any, if you guys agree with us, disagree with us, if you guys have any experiences of your own, let us know. You know what I mean? Put it in the comments. You know, whatever you guys, we want to hear from you guys. Definitely.
For sure. And, as always, just want to thank everybody, for listening, whether it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes, the whole episode. We appreciate it. We appreciate all the likes, follows, subscribes. And if you haven't, do so. You can find us, as always, on YouTube, on Spotify, for those of you that have Anchor. And like I said previously, Apple Podcasts, we're coming soon.
And hey, boys, I think there's nothing more or nothing less to say than for your boys, take Heaven G. Thank you as always for making room for 3.